that Satan knows that you have entered into the light, you have made for certain advantages that the normal man out there doesn't have. Now, because of this, your advantage, you are a threat to the devil. When the devil comes to attack you, he attacks you knowing that your hand is on the plow. The attack that comes to you before you get born again, the way Satan fights you when he knows that you know, is different from how he fights you when he knows that you know nothing. As far as you are not going to want to achieve your destiny, the devil is okay. Doesn't mean anything to him. You don't want to achieve the destiny, right? He's fine. But the moment you decide that I'm going to become that prime minister, the moment you decide that I'm going to write those books, the moment you decide that I'm going to start that restaurant, the moment you decide that I'm going to start that sports, get that trophy, Satan says, okay, the time to fight has come. And it's a real battle. Satan does not fight you as a person. Look at me. Have you ever heard something like empty vessels make the loudest noise? When your vessel is no longer empty, Satan attacks you because you no longer make noise. Can I have an empty bottle? Look at this. This vessel is not empty, yeah? Oh, yeah. No revelation. No destiny. Has not discovered anything. Do not know why they are born. But this person is not by size. Big but empty. Small but not empty. Has identified destiny. So why this one is making noise, this one is set for making news. Satan does not attack the noise you will make. He attacks the news you will make. In Gaundere, in a village called Akbamupum, there was a flood and 70 houses were drowned. As we speak now, 80 persons have been rendered homeless. But grace have it that one Mr. Harry Kale, a businessman in Boya, has made provision for 70 mattresses, has made provision for 80 bags of rice, has made provisions for 90 jugs of vegetable oil. News, because it's not an empty vessel. But let me show you noise. The people in the club were empty vessels. Bad government. You see, the problem of our nation is that we are in a bad governance. The people in power have decided to, then EJ is more boaster. Boasty foolishness. They have decided to embezzle the money that is meant for government. Somebody else is making news. What Satan does to noisemakers is that he either allows them with good English, vocal power excellent, or good fashion sense, but he allows them with something that becomes the resistance to knowledge. He allows them with something that becomes the standpoint upon which pride is built for resisting knowledge. So this is now knowledge. They want to pour it. They say, if you go school and which level? They say, you get first degree. I have a PhD. I can't sit under somebody. Are you getting? So because of his PhD, he is proud and cannot be taught by a person that has gathered excellence in a particular area. Come to church, let's teach you. I've started a prayer cell. Do you know who I am? I have sons and daughters. And that's why the devil will kill the young man 2 meters away from his destiny. Because you have become so proud that you cannot be schooled. You cannot be taught. No knowledge can enter. Not because knowledge cannot enter, but because where knowledge should have entered, pride has closed it. The place for knowledge to sit is there. If you allow this person to teach you, this person pours into him and he learns. The next seminar he attends, someone else pours into him and he learns. These are my mentors. These are their sizes, but this is my destiny and this is me. 10 of these mentors would complete me. One of me will raise 10 of more mentors to the next generation. Why can't I be built? Because pride is sitting on me. And how does pride come? Pride comes on knowing. Many people don't want to know because they know. The reason why many cannot know is because they already know. Come to church. I can't be taught by a pastor. Learn a trade. I've gone to school. Attend a seminar. What do they have to teach there? at the end of the day, they have a big vessel, but no content. And what makes your impact is not your vessel, but your content. So there are people with small vessels and content in their vessel. There are people with big vessels, but no content. So why is there no impact? It's not because God didn't wire you. God wired you, but you came on earth, put your hand on the plow, and you've been looking back. You've been looking back in pride. You don't want to carry yourself in audacity. Now put the scripture there, 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 11. It says, when any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. Do you know the oracles of God? The oracles of God are the systems of God. So if you speak, speak like a system of God, like the laws of God. Speak like the ways of God. An oracle is the voice of God. An oracle is one that speaks because he has been spoken to. An oracle is one that speaks because he's hearing. An oracle does not speak what he wants to speak. An oracle speaks what a spirit bids him to speak. I'm hungry, but an oracle say, let the hungry say I have food. I'm weak, but the oracle say, let the weak say I'm strong. Do not say I'm weak because you're weak. Say I'm strong even though you are weak. Let the weak say I'm strong. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. Put the scripture for me there. Put the scripture for me there. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. It says, if any man now ministers. If you minister in business, Harry. If you minister in career, Harry. If you minister in politics, Harry. Anywhere you find yourself ministering, it says don't just minister as Harry in business. Don't do ministry and as Phares in ministry. If any man ministers, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth. So you don't minister by your ability. I'm not going to price the land because of my ability. I did not draw the structure of the next church because of my ability. I did not plan my business because of my ability. When I'm talking about the crusade in Kumba, I'm not talking by my ability. When I talk about the crusade in Somalia, I'm not talking about my ability. When I talk about the crusade in India, I'm not talking about my ability. Let a man speak according to the ability that God giveth. Now, if this scripture says so, the next thing you should ask yourself, are you doing business with the God ability? If this were God's ability, will this be the results? Is this how God speaks? Is this how God works? Is this how God addresses? Your ministration should only be according to the ability given by God.